This right here is probably one of the cheapest, it takes work, but cheapest, easiest, fastest way then you can go out and you can get leads coming in within the next 24 to 48 hours. Yes, hours. And it's called Bandit Sign Billions. Bandit Sign Billions. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck is Bandit Sign Billions? Bandit Sign Billions is a bandit sign is a little sign you can put up around your neighborhood and around neighborhoods in your market, and sellers will call the bandit sign, right? Now, there's a unique seller that calls a we buy houses sign, right? There's a unique seller that will call that sign, and they're typically motivated. Now, there's certain people that respond to direct mail. There's certain people that respond to online advertising, but there is a unique person that responds to bandit signs like no other. I've got some of our best deals, our biggest profit deals that nobody else is really talking to from bandit signs, Now, one of the biggest home buyers in the country is a company called We Buy Ugly Houses. And their primary source of marketing is those large, essentially big bandit signs you see on the side of the road, right? Those gigantic billboards. Right? That's essentially a big bandit sign on the side of the road. That's their primary source of marketing because there's a unique person that's going to call that number and sell their ugly house. Well, guess what? You can do and use the exact same thing for literally a fraction of the cost. And it's something that you can go out on a Friday, put some signs out over the weekend, and then turn around having calls coming in, have appointments set up for the week, and get leads coming in. So you guys ready to get into it? We're going to talk about bandit signs. We're going to talk about how the cheapest, one of the cheapest forms of marketing and advertising. We're going to get into a little bit more sophisticated forms of marketing to get leads and deals coming in. But right now we want to talk about bandit signs. It's an easy way to get leads coming in. All right, so let's get into it. So let's talk about first off the pros and cons of actual bandit signs. First off, the pros, they are cheap and effective, right? They're cheap and effective, highly effective because the person that calls is a unique seller, right? You get consistent leads, meaning I put bandit signs out over by a Walmart or Home Depot. I went back a month later and the sign's still sitting there and it's still spitting out leads that are coming in every week. So it's consistent leads, meaning you can turn around and you can put signs up on Friday over the weekend, and you can get leads coming in all over the weekend. And that's when most people are out and about and they're looking around and they have time to write the information down and be able to call. So can be automated, meaning you can hire people off Craigslist as sign placers that will put out signs for you. Now, obviously you're gonna have to pay for the signs and pay for them to do it. But if you want the cheapest path possible, then sending them out yourself is, or putting them out there yourself is recommended. So now the drawback, what's the drawback? Possible violation, meaning some cities, some states, there's a violation for putting out signs, right? Now, it's amazing that you'll see large companies putting out signs all over the place, all over the weekend. So there's essentially a cost of doing business, meaning I have put out hundreds, if not thousands of bandit signs. I know people that put out hundreds, if not thousands of bandit signs. No one, I don't know anyone that's ever got a actual violation from it. Usually what happens is an ordinance officer will go pick them all up and they'll throw them away. That's why we recommend putting them out on Fridays. And then if you want to, you can take them down on Sundays if you want. I put them up on Fridays and we just leave them up. And if someone ends up taking them down, so be it, that's fine. But I've never had an issue with violations, but I do have to disclose that there could be a potential violation if you put them out. And then that can decide whether you want to do it or not. So where to buy bandit signs? We use dirtcheapsigns.com, dirtcheapsigns.com. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you into Dirt Cheap Signs right now. If I go into actually the Dirt Cheap Signs, if I go into Dirt Cheap Signs, here we go, it's right here. Now, if I go into yard signs, I scroll down and I go into We Buy Houses. I scroll down. I like this handwritten one right here, right? Now you can see it on our slides right here. That's what it is, the handwritten slide. And what will happen is you can go in and you can go here. It will open up an editor, and it's very easy to turn around and edit. All you got to do is click on the information right here, and this says houses. We buy houses for cash. You can drop in your number. You put in your number, and then you can order the amount of you want to order. You can save and check out. You can order the amount. You can order stakes that go for it as well, and it will show up in your house in anywhere from 3 to 5 days, and you can then put out Bandit signs. So I would order these on a Monday, have them here by a Thursday or Friday, whatever. Start putting out your Bandit signs. Start getting calls coming in. It's fairly inexpensive. What they do is you can do different colors. You can do yellow if you want, which I like. It's kind of sticks out more. I wouldn't really do a border. I don't like the borders. These are the ones that we like to put out right here, just like this, right? I buy houses, fast, easy cash, any condition. And you can make and modify this to say that. So that tends to work out for us well. And then you're going to put them out. We're going to talk about where to put them out, but dirt cheap signs is great. It's easy to work with. They're cost effective. They're not ridiculously expensive. When it comes to the market, they're very, very competitive when it comes to pricing. So that is dirt cheap signs, and this is what we use. Now, where to put your signs? I would recommend putting them around Home Depot, around Lowe's, around Walmart, and you're going to put them on major intersections on all 4 corners. Now, what we do is we put Bandit signs out the entrance and exits on both sides of Home Depot, the entrance and exits of Lowe's, and all around the Walmarts. Okay, and then on any major intersection around, we're going to put those Bandit signs. So what's going to happen is you're going to get an influx of traffic that's going to be able to see your signs, especially over the weekend. A lot of people go shopping on Lowe's or Home Depot on the weekend, and they will pick up the phone and call you. And remember, you can use your call rail or you can use your Google Voice. I would recommend using either a call rail or a Google Voice number. If you know what that is, refer back to week number 2. We talked about that particular setup on setting up your phones. So here's some success stories. Sandra, hey Sean, I've been a member for years and I have become quite successful as an investor. Thanks to you. Appreciate all you do for us. That's awesome. Dean Rogers, Sean, you and I co-wholesaled my first deal 4 years ago to make my first $10,000. Now I'm on track for 100 houses this year. Still haven't met you in person, but know we will. Much love. Now, isn't that pretty cool? Now, I did a co-wholesale with this guy probably longer than that, over 4 years ago. Now he's doing 100 houses. Hell, if he's averaging $10,000 a house, that's over $1 million in revenue. That's pretty darn exciting. Here's Paula Yang, first check, initial contract 125, seller contract 131. So a couple days later, end buyer acquired 210, closing 3-3, 36 days, $5,900. Not bad. All right, Benjamin Me, right, says, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you something great will come out of it. I think that's a great quote because is that if you can be brave and have courage for only 20 seconds, that will create the excitement and the momentum that you're going to get over, and it'll give you that bravery and that excitement to move forward. So I know it's scary. I know when that phone rings for the first time, you're going to be nervous. Your heart's going to beat. It's going to be exciting. But remember, you're better the 10th call versus the first. So you want to get to the 10th call as fast as possible. And I recommend that you talk to the seller and remember, and here's our mission when it comes to lead generation. So I want to make this clear, and I should have said this in the beginning. Your mission when it comes to lead generation is you're there to solve a problem. We provide a service to the marketplace, and our service is to go out there and solve a problem for a distressed seller. If they're going to go try to sell with a realtor, they don't have time to go through the whole process. They don't have the money to fix up the house, right? They don't have that wherewithal to go through it. So what we do is provide a service where we can help them solve that problem. And if we can do that in a fashion and we can marry that with a buyer, then guess what? There's a profit in between. So everybody wins. The seller wins, the buyer wins, and you win for putting that deal together. So if you come to this business with that type of attitude and with that type of mentality that you're here to help people out, do the best you possibly can, and provide a service and help them solve their problems, then you'll have more success than you've ever dreamt possible. So have that courage and get to that 10th and then get to that 100th, and you'll be amazed at what happens here in the future. So see you in the next video. God bless.